Hello, family and other NFL family. The Los Angeles Rams have just defeated the Arizona Cardinals here on December 28th, or where I live now, the 29th, because we're into past midnight. They have won 13-9, and the Rams are finding ways to win games. No Rams victory has been given. Everyone has been earned, and including this one, that's for sure. There's so much to talk about now. This is such a big win against an NFC West division rival here. First off, because the thing that everyone's talking about, let me share my screen here because sharing is caring. And I'm so hyped over this win. It was an ugly win, but man, it was a gutsy win. The Rams defense, 3 weeks in a row, have not given up more than 9 points. 9 points to the Cardinals, 9 points to the Jets, 6 points to the Niners. Rams defense is balling out. If we look here, JB Long, thank you for pointing this out on Twitter. And I know everyone's talking about this. So the way the Rams clinched the NFC West title, they beat the Arizona Cardinals. That happened. Then they need 4 of these games to go their way. So the Bengals beating the Broncos, that happened. We need 3 more. So you need either the Bills to win, the Browns to win, the Vikings to win, the Commanders to win, or the Niners to win. And these are teams that impact either the Rams or the Seahawks' strength of victory schedule. That would be a tiebreaker because the Rams and Seahawks would be even if whatever were to happen in week 18. But as you're watching football tomorrow, pay attention to the Bills, the Browns, the Vikings, the Commanders, and the Niners on Monday. That's kind of where we're at, oddly enough. If we look at the stats of this game, this is so fascinating to me that the Rams won this game given these stats. So again, final score, that's the stat that matters. Rams 13, Cardinals 9. If we go to the team stats, the Cardinals had almost 400 yards of total offense, especially in that second half. They were moving the ball pretty well. Kyler Murray was definitely creating some issues. But the Rams, they most of their 257 yards were in the first half of this game. They had the one drive late that did kill some clock, which definitely helped, but they had to settle for a field goal that drive to make it a 4-point game. But that was important because then the Cardinals it went from a 1-point lead because of the block from Michael Hoyt, made it a 4-point lead. So the Cardinals had to get a touchdown. They couldn't settle for a field goal. So that block kick by Michael Hoyt might have been the play of the game because it forced the Cardinals to throw it a lot more, which made the 2 interceptions, the one for Cam Kitchens, the heroic interception from Ahkello Witherspoon. We'll talk about that in a moment. But rest of this, third down efficiency, kind of brutal for both teams, but it is what it is. Cardinals were 0 for 2 on 4th down. The Cardinals hogged the ball, right? This is 2 games in a row now where the Rams have been destroyed in time of possession, but found a way to win, which that's kind of cool because often when the Rams have lost the time of possession in the past, they've lost the game, but they've found a way to win even with getting dominated in the time of possession. The Cardinals ran 75 plays to the Rams 54 plays. The Rams punted it 6 times. Definitely some penalties from both teams that factored this game, extending drives or making drives stall out. If we go to player stats here for the Rams, Stafford was 17 of 32, 189 yards, but didn't turn the ball over. There was a couple close ones, but he didn't turn it over. Kyron Williams got his 1-yard touchdown run, but he was 13 carries for 56 yards. But and Puka still did his thing, 10 receptions for 129. The reality is, both 2 games in a row, the Rams have just not had that many possessions, right? Like they didn't have a ton of opportunities to get big numbers on offense because they didn't have the ball that much. And part of that is they didn't sustain drives the way you'd hope they would, but they've still found a way to win this game. Cameron Kitchens, leading tackler on the game, and got that first of 2 very important late interceptions. I know a lot of people will give Cam Kitchens, heat for not knocking the ball down. The reality is it's instinctive, and you're just glad the Cardinals didn't score there. But Ahkello Witherspoon's that's one of the greatest interceptions I've ever seen. When the ball hit off of Trey McBride's helmet, and then Witherspoon cradles it in to bring in the interception. Also, kind of ironic because Trey McBride never having a touchdown. The Cardinals were force feeding him a touchdown or passes all game. He got his touchdown, so congrats to Trey McBride. You got your moral victory for you and the Cardinals of you getting a touchdown. But it is ultimately he bounced off his helmet. I think it's more on Kyler Murray than on McBride personally, but that's what it is. The Rams defensive line was getting pressure. Jared Verse, Byron Young, Kobe Turner, Braden Fiss were all factors in this game. And I think moving forward, if the Rams are going to do anything in the playoffs, they need to be a factor as well, assuming they're able to win the NFC West and get in the playoffs. And I'll give credit where credit's due. Michael Hoyt, he was a factor in this game, but also that blocked field goal kick was such a game-changing play. And he was on Rams Reveal this week. If you didn't watch it, go watch his interview. Canadian kid, love to cheer him on as a Canadian myself. But what a critical game-changing play that was, making it so that the Cardinals were always down by at least 1 point, and then at the end 4 points, so they couldn't just get a field goal and tie it up. Byron Young had a sack on the day. Braden Fiss had 2 sacks on the day. Kobe Turner had a sack, and just lots of great play. Let's remember Ethan Evans had 2 amazing punts, and Xavier Smith was able to down them both inside the 5. So special teams was definitely a factor in the field possession battle of this game. There's so much to take away from this game that the Rams did do well, and I don't want to belittle that, especially on defense and special teams. I know a lot of people, in the Ramley are going to be upset about, Stafford and the offense not going on all cylinders. The reality is all we can hope is, next week, let's get the run game going, get the play action going. Hopefully big Rob Havenstance is back, ready to play, and that this Rams offense can, compete at a high level. Kyler Murray, 3 for 48. He had over 320 yards passing. He had the 1 touchdown to Trey McBride. Ultimately, though, those 2 interceptions late in the game were huge difference makers for the Rams in this game. Michael Carter came in and was a good running back for James Conner because he had to go out when he was injured. That was definitely another factor to this game. So anyway, all this to say, the Rams are still in it. They have a good chance of winning the division depending on what happens tomorrow. And if that doesn't happen, they still have a chance to play Seattle in SoFi Stadium week 18. And hey, I'm thankful for that. This Rams team has been finding ways to win games all season long. This is earned. This is not given. Sean McVay has been dragging this team, and the players have been stepping up, finding ways to win these games, and this game is absolutely no exception to that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm hyped as beyond belief. I'll be watching tomorrow. I'll have some videos coming out, everything like that. And on the road to 4K, feel free to like and subscribe, all that good stuff if you think I'm worthy. Trying to get to 4K before the end of 2024. And as always, go Rams, horns up, and peace out. Let's go Rams. Let's go win the NFC West, baby. Let's go.
Thank you very much.